Every time a Targaryen is born, the gods flip a coin. That's what they say in the Seven Kingdoms. One side brings greatness, the other, madness. But what if it wasn't a coin at all? What if it was fire, unpredictable, consuming, impossible to control? She was born in a storm, not just of wind and waves, but of blood, betrayal, and exile. Daenerys Stormborn, the last child of the Mad King. A princess without a kingdom, a queen with no crown. A girl carrying the legacy of a dynasty that had ruled for nearly 3 centuries and fallen in a single breath. Her name was almost forgotten. Her identity reduced to whispers, living in the shadows of the free cities. While her brother Viserys clung to delusions of grandeur, Daenerys learned silence, obedience, and fear. She was not raised a dragon. She was raised a prisoner, in palaces that never felt like home, with a name no one dared to speak too loudly. And then, her life was sold, her body offered to a warlord in exchange for an army. Khal Drogo was meant to be her path to power, her brother's tool for vengeance. But fate, as always, had other plans. What Viserys never understood was that Daenerys was not a gift to be traded. She was fire, waiting to awaken. With each passing day in the Dothraki Khalasar, she changed. Not by force, but by strength. She began to understand her own voice, her own power. She learned their ways. She rode their horses. She looked at the stars and saw not fear, but destiny. And when Drogo died, when everything was supposed to end, Daenerys did something no one believed possible. She walked into fire, and walked out, unburnt. With 3 dragons at her side, she was no longer a girl. She was a queen. The world had not seen dragons in over a century, and yet under her command they were reborn. She had no throne, no army, no lands, but she had something far more dangerous. Belief. Daenerys believed she could change the world, not just rule it, remake it. She traveled across Slaver's Bay, Astapor, Yunkai, Meereen, cities built on cruelty and chains, and she shattered them one by one. She freed the Unsullied, she punished the Masters, she crucified the cruel. She earned names, Breaker of Chains, a Mother of Dragons. People knelt before her, others feared her, and many began to worship her. But worship can be dangerous. It can blind both the giver and the receiver. In her pursuit of justice, Daenerys started to believe she was more than just a ruler, she was a savior. And when you believe you are chosen to save the world, how far is too far? At first she listened, to Jorah, to Ser Barristan, to Missandei, but slowly the circle around her grew quieter, smaller, and when dissent came, she burned it. Those who obeyed were loyal. Those who disagreed were obstacles. And yet, it was hard not to believe in her. She spoke with fire and conviction. She acted when others hesitated. She inspired hope in the hopeless and fear in the powerful. When she finally turned her gaze to Westeros, many believed she would restore the realm to glory. The last dragon had returned to claim her birthright. But Westeros did not welcome her with open arms. The nobles questioned her blood. The small folk feared her dragons. Her allies died in battle. Her advisors failed her. Rhaegal fell from the sky. Missandei was beheaded before her eyes. Varys betrayed her. Jon Snow, her greatest hope, revealed a truth that broke her heart. She was not the last Targaryen. And worse, she may not be the rightful heir. Her dream began to slip. And when dreams slip through a Targaryen's fingers, history burns. She had one thing left, the throne. She flew to King's Landing with a single purpose, end the war. The city surrendered. The bells rang, but Daenerys did not stop. She looked down from Drogon's back and saw not a city, but a symbol of everything taken from her, of every insult, every betrayal, every child sold, every friend lost. She saw the wheel, and she chose to break it with fire. The Red Keep crumbled, innocents screamed, the ashes fell like snow. And just like that, the savior became the destroyer. But was it madness? Was it grief? Was it prophecy? Or was it inevitable? Daenerys Targaryen believed in justice. But justice without restraint becomes vengeance. She believed in destiny, but destiny without humility becomes delusion. She believed she could save the world, and perhaps she could have. But in the end, she believed too much in herself, and no one could stop her. No one, except the man who loved her. Jon Snow, the only person who saw the fire growing too bright. He kissed her, held her, and drove a blade through her heart. She died not as a tyrant or a savior. She died as a woman, full of hope, love, and pain. And in that moment, her dream died too. Drogon, her last child, screamed in grief, but he did not burn Jon. He melted the Iron Throne, the very symbol of the power that had corrupted everything, then flew away with her body to the ends of the world. So what was she? A liberator? A tyrant? A queen? A monster? The truth is, Daenerys was all of them. She was shaped by exile, forged by war, crowned by prophecy, and broken by love. She believed in mercy until mercy failed her. She believed in fire until fire consumed her. She is the most tragic figure in the Game of Thrones saga because her fall was not sudden. It was slow and silent and written in every choice we applauded along the way. And when she finally fell, we didn't cheer, we wept, because deep down, we knew the fire was always beautiful and always deadly. If you enjoyed this journey through the storm and shadow of Daenerys Targaryen, subscribe to the Story Chamber. Here we bring legends to life, from Westeros to Hogwarts, from dragons to dark prophecies. Like, comment, and share if you believe her legacy was misunderstood. And remember, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.